welcome back everybody to my channel. My name is Xlight, as you hopefully know. Now today's video is going to be on the copper block in Minecraft. Not just the copper block, but more so Minecraft world specific history. You guys already know, I'm a huge advocate for Minecraft's lore and history. I know I've said that a lot, and I'm going to continue to say it a ton, but I absolutely love the lore and history in the game. Now, copper doesn't necessarily add things to the game's lore and history, but rather a world-specific history. Maybe not lore, but history sure as hell is going to be added with copper. But not to the game's history, not to the game's lore, to a specific world's history and lore. So, let's get to breaking it. We're not really breaking it down this video, but I'm going to say it because that's my catchphrase. Let's get to breaking it down. I want to start things off with a story. Now, it's a story about my Let's Play world, and something I did in my Let's Play world to keep me, say, motivated. I started a thing called the Great Sheep Revolution. I know it sounds stupid, but trust me, it was stupid, it was, but I did enjoy it, and it gave me a good feeling with my world. I'll explain that in just a minute, but let me explain how this whole thing started. So I used to have a skeleton named Joe. I know, uncreative name, I'm a child. I'm clearly a child. I trapped him in a boat because I used to disc farm a lot. Most of the discs in Minecraft, so I don't need to disc farm much anymore. So I used to disc farm, right? And I had a nice little, crappy looking area for this Joe skeleton. Had him in a boat, and he would kill creepers for me. That way I could get discs. Now one day a sheep stumbled into his boat, and I didn't think anything of it. It's just a sheep, right? Can't kill him. Or so I thought. Days went by of me farming for discs and getting the same ones over and over again, for God's sake. But then one day, I came back at night to find bones on the ground and an arrow on the ground. Not only was I awfully confused, but I was a little bit angry. Knowing that a sheep was in his boat and took his boat from him, and that same sheep that was in the boat with him all these days, it could have only been the sheep that killed him. Yes, I know the sheep obviously didn't kill him. It was just kind of like as a joke for me to make up something in my world. I'm a child, you know this. So I come up with this thing called the Great Sheep Revolution. And basically I hunt down sheep, where basically every single sheep I see, I kill it on the spot. Not in real life, please don't think that. Please, not in real life. No. Just in the game. I'm not harming animals. No. Just in the game, whenever I saw a sheep, I would kill it. Now, this sheep, if you're curious, is still alive. In fact, you should have just saw it in the background footage just a minute ago. You should have saw a sheep and a cow in the same boat. That sheep was the same sheep that killed, in quotation marks, Joe. So this Great Sheep Revolution, right? It didn't just span across my Let's Play world. Hell no. I started this in me and some galactic dude's survival world. If you don't know who that is, he was on the channel once before. He's one of my IRL friends, and we have a survival world. And in that world, the Great Sheep Revolution continued. Just about a month after the Sheep Revolution started, it ended. Not very long, right? Now, what's the whole purpose of this story? How does this tie into copper and its history? Well, what was the sole purpose of this Great Sheep Revolution? It was simply to add history to my specific world, not to Minecraft's lore and history. I wasn't focused on that. No, I wanted to have my Let's Play world have some sort of history aspect to it that I can look back on and be like, after years of playing this world, I can look back on and be like, yeah, I did that stupid thing where I killed a bunch of sheep. The Great Sheep Revolution. And I thought that was a cool idea, and there's going to be plenty more things and events that I do in my Let's Play world. But the Great Sheep Revolution was a start. The main reason was for the history aspect of it, and the history that it brought to my specific world. Not Minecraft itself, just my specific world. And that's what I wanted, and that's the purpose of copper. So let's talk about copper now that my story's over. So If you don't know what copper is, it was announced in 1.17. It is a new ore that you can find once 1.17 comes out, the Caves and Cliffs update. It is a new ore that you can find in the caves. Now this ore, you cannot make copper tools with it. As of the moment, you cannot make tools with it, which I think is a good thing. It's kind of be pointless to make tools with it. But what can you do with this copper? Well, I'll explain that in just a second. You can make all the same blocks, right? You can make a copper block, copper stairs, copper slabs. Pretty simple, right? But what's the purpose of it? Why would you care about a block that's just pretty much pointless at this point? Well, these blocks aren't like the rest. See, after a while, these blocks will slowly turn into a bluish color. I think it's called oxidizing. I'm not sure if that's actually the word, but there's a word on screen. You see it, that word. Basically, it's kind of like, it's not rusting, but in a way, it's kind of like rusting, alright? See, copper in real life, kind of like, it's not rusting, alright? I think the word, alright, it kind of oxidizes, but knowing that not many people know that word, I don't know that word, I feel stupid now. In a way, copper rusts. Yes, I know that's not actually true, it's oxidizing. Don't judge me. So this copper block, it rusts, in quotation marks, so it will slowly, over days and time in your Minecraft world, change to this bluish color. But what's so important about that? I've seen a lot of people enjoy this, and with good reason. What I absolutely adore about this, man, I love this new copper block because it can add history to a specific world. Will it be adding history and lore to Minecraft itself? No. But it's going to be adding lore and history to a specific world. This gives the players a chance to create their own lore and history for their own world. For players like me who love lore and history in a game, we can create our own lore and history and our own specific world based around this copper block. And I hope Mojang capitalizes on this copper block and makes more variations of it. That way, history and lore can go deeper and the players can use their creativity to a max. But not only does it add the lore and the history to a specific world, but it's the icing on the cake for Minecraft being a sandbox game. We all know Minecraft, it's a sandbox game, probably the greatest sandbox game of all time. Probably the greatest creative game of all time, if that's what you want to call it. Allowing the player to create their own lore and history pretty much puts the icing on the cake. Us players, on top of everything we're able to already do, now we're able to create our own history in our worlds, our own lore in our worlds, and we can do so much great things with this, and I am so excited to see what the Minecraft community does with this copper block. I hope to see players not just using it for builds, although I don't know why you would use it for a build, unless you're trying to get that bluish tint color it gives after a few while. But besides that building aspect, the main thing that I would love to see players using with this is to create their own history for their very own specific world. Because copper means that you can have history and lore that you made for, say, one world, for yourself, your Let's Play world. But let's say you have a friend, you play on a new world, right? You can create your very own lore and history together in that brand new world. And that lore and history will be specific to that world. And I think that is an absolutely amazing feature / mechanic that Mojang is adding to Minecraft. And I hope they capitalize on it, because this is absolutely huge for players like me. So I guess that pretty much does it for the video, you guys. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, consider subscribing, as it helps out a ton. I want to hear your all's thoughts on copper. Do you like the fact that it's going to be giving us the ability to make our own history / lore in the game? I think that's going to be really cool, and I'm so excited for this copper block. I didn't actually think I was going to be so excited for this Caves and Cliffs update. Well, I knew I was going to be excited because it was the Caves and the Cliffs update. Knowing that we can now kind of create our own lore and history, I think copper has to be like the most underrated block in the Caves and Cliffs update. So again, if you did enjoy, please leave a like and consider subscribing, as it helps out a ton. Part 2 of the Space Update miniseries will be out later this week. Tomorrow will be a Minecraft Dungeons video. Not a Minecraft Dungeons video series. No. A massive video that I am hugely excited to get to work on. And it's going to take a while. So I kind of put it off for a bit because it's going to take a ton of work to put into this. So I hope you all do enjoy that. And I hope you all did enjoy this. You know how it do be though. And I will see you then when copper is added into Minecraft and we can create our own lore and history.